Hi, Bernhard. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Very happy to be in your show. Thanks for the invitation.
So good to have you. And this show is about corporate professionals, and I have been there in different corporate positions for a very long time, stuck there, trapped there. And I know this is like lots of noise, cutthroat competition, deadlines, and that rat race, and lots of negative emotions like stress and anxiety among that. So my first question to you is that why did you choose hypnosis, like hypnotherapy? Why that? Because I know that whenever we are, we have suffered something with in our past, and we would like to, heal that for the people around us who have been stuck like us. So then our mess becomes our message. So what has that been for you, Bernhard?
Yeah, indeed. In the past, I didn't have anything to do with hypnotherapy. So I was a senior event manager in a big museum, and I was very stressed out there and had to deal with panic attacks, with burnout, sleeping disorder, and I was smoking like crazy.
Oh.
And randomly, actually, therapist moved into my house, and it was like, okay, interesting, let's talk. And he explained me about hypnosis, about hypnotherapy, while this is actually the fastest tool for change existing right now, that it has nothing to do with sleep, that it's safe, that you're still in control and aware of everything. Oh, all this information I didn't had, and I didn't have any access to. So this was like I don't know if you believe in random meetings and
I do
random
believe that.
people. Yeah, so it had something to mean for me very deeply, and we did a session where I stopped smoking within 1 hour.
Wow.
Like, yes, and this was actually my experience, my very first experience with hypnosis, and I really had big trouble stop smoking. I stopped before that at least 5 times, and every time I was in a big stressful situation, I started again. And I thought I was a helpless case. And then within 1 hour, I really didn't have ever the longing for a cigarette, never again. And that was, for me, completely game changer for everything what had to do with me for therapy or how I work with myself. It just showed me how powerful my subconscious is. Yeah, I understood that in my suffering, and then I understood that again in the solution. Yeah, with hypnosis, and that was for me, of course, the door opener to say, I actually want to work with that. Yeah. So I even also changed my career after some time, but I found a way actually to deal with better with my emotion, to deal with better with my stress, and through hypnotherapy, actually understanding what was going on, why I have certain patterns, like going over my boundaries and so on. You know? That was how it started. So I often say that, yeah, I'm my own inspiration actually, and that I'm the living metaphor, that what I offer that is actually working.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And I know that any addiction for that matter, where you are talking about smoking right now, but then it can be any addiction. It can be even workaholism, right? People are so much used to be hardworking in their corporate jobs. And this is, again, a kind of, the kind of addiction that people deal with on the day-to-day basis. So yes, that's brilliant that you could heal your addiction with hypnotherapy. And when you are healed, right, when you develop those positive kind of emotions, then it's also very easy to come out of those toxic jobs and toxic environments, because that gives us the path to the confidence to go ahead and change our circumstances too.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you look a bit deeper into the things, why you go over your boundaries, why you end up in a burnout, why you're a workaholic, there might be a lot. This has to do with self-worth through performance, self-worth through achievement. You know, that this is, I'm looking for the things from the outside. This is a pattern that is so common. I'm in Germany here. This is absolutely, hey, we grow up with, hey, you have to perform and everything. So this is a program that's quite deep in a lot of us, and
Yeah.
if you understood that and go then with hypnotherapy to the cause behind that, really look, okay, where is the lack of that? Why do you need to do that? That can have a very deep impact on how you make your choices afterwards.
Yeah.
Because most of your choices are actually subconscious choices. Only 2 to 5% of your daily choices are made consciously, and the rest subconsciously. So you know who's the boss actually.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you picked that up, like you just, brought that up. And this is like deep into our subconscious minds that there are a lot of self-worth issues that we have. There are a lot of, subconscious wrong
Yeah,
programming that lives inside of us, wrong kind of stories that are
yeah,
limiting in all our circumstances. So yes, this is very important. And hypnosis is a way where, deeper, like we can reach deeper and heal them from the roots.
exactly. And this is so powerful.
Yeah,
Well, I'm this is my mission, to bring this out into the world and tell the
beautiful.
world, hey, there is a beautiful tool. It's not a
Yeah,
wonder pill, but it's a tool, because you realize that the problems that you're dealing with are no conscious problems.
yeah,
Most of them are subconscious problems, so you
right.
couldn't solve them until now. So why not working with a tool that's actually really starting where the problem is rooted in the
Yeah,
subconscious, and
yeah,
hypnosis is a beautiful way to deal with that.
that's wonderful. Bernard, meditation still remains one of the most popular things in the world. And
Mhm.
what are the benefits of hypnotherapy over meditation?
That's a question I get very, very often. What's the benefits? What's the difference? Actually, maybe we start a bit with different. If we go or take meditation as the technique where we work with mindfulness, we're mainly focused on one thing, and always when our thoughts wander, we come back with a focus to one thing. We go in that state into the alpha phase, alpha state of the brain waves, where we are actually more focused. So this is more for the quantity of thoughts.
Mm.
So the goal behind mindfulness meditation is that you generally become calmer and can deal more easily, more relaxed with things and that are happening in your life. So you can be more mindful also in other situations, even if stressful, for all the challenges. So that's the goal for the quality of the thoughts, being generally more relaxed. What happens in hypnosis is that we go a level deeper, actually. We go into the theta state.
Yeah,
It's the deeper state. And in this state, the bouncer, the filter that's protecting the subconscious from changing, is stepping aside, and we can bring in new ideas of thinking, new
yeah,
ideas of acting, new suggestions of behavior. We can like work with the root, we can transform things, we can work with the cause, we can let go. So in this state, in the hypnotic state, can bring in new information more easily into the subconscious. The subconscious can absorb more easily the things in this state. So we can work much more directly on issues. So that difference is we are more working on the quality of thoughts, not on the quantity, on the quality of thoughts. And so we can reprogram things, letting go of old programs and beliefs. And that's the powerful thing about hypnosis. So we can go very directly work with the emotion behind that. We can do that with self-hypnosis. We can do that with one-by-one therapy. There are many options, actually, how to go into a trance and how to work on this.
Yeah, that's a beautiful differentiation that you've just illustrated, and I'm loving it. Being myself into so much of meditation, I understand this is meditation is about having lesser thoughts, right? We have to, we learn to have lesser thoughts, but hypnotherapy is all about quality of thoughts, like how we would like to make our thoughts to be. And because your conscious mind is also important, right? Because the kind of quality of
Absolutely.
thoughts that we are thinking right now, so this is also important. Sometimes brain is a beautiful instrument, and we need to put
Yeah,
that to use sometimes, right? It has to be there. So
yeah.
hypnotherapy is helping us towards that, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. And when you think, most of our thoughts are somehow also rooted, yeah, from the subconscious through
Yeah.
the feelings, through the patterns we're in. So the base is the subconscious, definitely. Yeah. To make this your ally, your friend. So that the conflict many people are in. So consciously, you know that you're acting like over your boundaries, or that you're saying yes too many times, but
Yeah.
subconscious has a different program running. So bring these two together. That's the goal of hypnotherapy or
Great.
hypnosis, or if you work with HypnoBox, with an app or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
I'm going to ask you about HypnoBox in a little
Yeah.
in some time. Before
Sure.
that, I would like to ask you this: that how can a corporate person, because this show is about corporate people, so I become very specific about those. How can a corporate person improve their work-life balance with hypnotherapy? Because there's a lot of burnout, there's a lot of boundary issues with bosses, colleagues, and relationship problems. And nowadays, like lots of mobile stuff, people have lots of
Yeah.
screen times, and they're
Yeah.
always lost in the kind of technology, gadgets, and all that. So it's like they are absorbing the wrong kind of energy inside of them. So how can
Yeah. Sure.
hypnotherapy help in that scenario?
Yeah, I mean, you talked a lot about escapism, get distracted away also from the stress. So everyone finds the way, like, okay, how can I get some
Yeah.
dopamine, and social media and everything gets you quickly dopamine, maybe, yeah, through, or I get a like here, or however,
Yeah.
everyone has different things, maybe for some it's food, for some it's cigarettes, for some might even sex or work.
Yeah.
So this is one thing to look at, of course. The other thing is first to in hypnotherapy to let go, yeah, to bring the people again in a state where they have access more to their needs, to
Mm.
what they need. Then we look, of course, at the triggers. What triggers are there? Why can't people push that button? Why do you let push that button if you have like
Yeah.
conflicts? What about your resilience? How to bring in more resilience to them? How to set up boundaries? Yeah, and also look behind. Okay, why is the button that are people pushing there at all?
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. And then see what self-worth topic is behind that actually. Yeah, no one of us had the perfect parent. Yeah, no
I
one
agree
in
with
our,
that. Yes.
even we love them, they might be ambivalent, some they did their best, but sometimes they just,
Mm.
and they didn't have the resources as well, to understand that. Doesn't makes it right, but it gives a deeper understanding for in hypnotherapy, also for your situation. What kind of things did you miss? Where was stability, or unconditional love is a big thing, of course, but all of us deserve that, and our parents are the best and the worst
Yeah.
hypnotist in our life. Yeah,
Yeah.
they give us belief. They give us anxiety. We repeat the patterns unconsciously over and over from parents sometimes. Yeah, and to understand that, hypnotherapy can help not just to understand, but also to transform that. Yeah. So the hypnotherapy can, on the one hand, work with the cost and work with the resources. And that's what I'm in my hypnotherapy combining. Yeah, not
Yeah.
just working with the past, but also activating really what's needed for the future and for the present. Yeah, and then be more connected to yourself. Do the decisions that are good for you. Yeah, have a work-life balance. Yeah, do something good for you. That is important, definitely. So there's a lot to achieve through that. I have a lot of. I can tell later, if you want, a bit about my clients,
Yeah.
how they make changes. For example, I work here with some world-known artists, for example, and they have a lot of pressure. They had the first
Mm.
album really kicked in, big success, millions of sales,
Yeah.
and then they have whole blockage, creative blockage, not to move forward, because there's so much success on my shoulders, and so much pressure and so much expectation for myself. The next album has to be very, very good, and so I help them to like let go of this anxiety, of this pressure, to activate the creative process again. Yeah, I work with CEOs here. They have pitches, millions of euros, millions of dollars. They know if they mess up, they might lose their job. Yeah. So
Definitely. Yeah.
also there, the pressure level is very high. Yeah.
Yeah.
I work in Berlin, Germany, here based. I work with politicians. I work with people from the
Wow.
Bundestag. Yeah. So I have all kinds of people here. But in the end, it all comes back to self-worth. It all comes back
Yeah, I
to
agree with
success.
that. I love that when you said that it's the root lies in the childhood and the kind
Yeah,
of parents that we have, and no parents are perfect because
yeah.
it's not their fault, right? It's like their beliefs are their parents' beliefs, and their parents are their own parents' belief, right? So this is the
I
cycle that we are
Yeah.
into. Yeah,
Yes, and
correct.
I often tell my client, hey, you're doing the work for all the generations before you, because you're the one who can actually end
Yeah,
it. You don't have to pass it on to your kids.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally
So
agree with that. I totally agree. And I too love to say that all the time, that it's like when we are not able to break our patterns right now, then of course we are going to pass on those problems to the future generations. And that's definitely not a great thing to do, right? And whatever childhood we have suffered, whatever we, survived or suffered in our childhood, it's our responsibility as an adult to take care of all that, to heal all that. So this is a very important thing, and hypnosis does a wonder job for this. Yes, and
exactly.
whenever we want to go on to the next level of in our career or in our life, there's always a set of obstructions, sort of obstacles that we need to remove from the way. And this is, I think, the people like you come into the picture to help them do that really fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great.
Um, yeah, and I'm happy that people are trusting here and they're
Yeah.
open to that, and become a hypnotherapy and hypnosis as a tool becomes more and more popular. And I believe it has the same way as meditation did. First meditation was just a thing that monks did in the corner. It's not anymore. Meanwhile, every corporate has like maybe a program or something, and same way I believe hypnosis is having as well. The more conscious people are, hey, it's not just about exercising, it's
Yeah.
also about health, healthy mind,
Healthy
mental
mind.
health. Yeah,
Yes.
mental health.
Correct. And meditation, like as I'm an advocate of meditation, but I still feel that meditation is something that needs practice and time, right? It's like you need to be really consistent with your practice. You need to give a lot of your time to, to that practice where you sit alone and watch your thoughts and things. So hypnosis is easier for the people who want some quicker results.
Can be. Well, if you work in one-to-one therapy, of course, it can be very fast changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you work with self-hypnosis, also the more regularly you do the things, of course, the better it can really fit into the subconscious, really anchor into the
Yeah.
subconscious. Yeah. But also we get feedback from HypnoBox where I'm like, wow, you did so fast changes. They listen to the app one night, they get better sleep and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a lot is possible.
Great.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Great. Bernard, would you like to talk about your clients, some of your clients who succeeded in their careers with the help of hypnotherapy?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, I work with CEOs. I also work with people who couldn't leave in social phobia.
Yeah.
One of my clients, a woman mid-30s, she couldn't leave the house anymore because she was anxious about what other people think about her.
Mhm.
Classical social phobia. but it was that intense that she didn't leave the house for 4 years. So I actually worked with her to really let go of this anxiety, and she had later an interview in live TV in Germany in front of 4 million people. Yeah. So after that, she became a hypnotherapist as well, by the way. So
Amazing.
I always like that example because she also, like me, changed her life, her career to say, hey, I want to work with hypnotherapy. This changed my life. This is the mission I'm on. So this is something. Every day people come, and all the things that people come to me with, all emotional topics, are actually also topics they have in work, they might have in relationships, they might have in their private life. So it's not only, hey, is it working here? Not here, it's also working here. So today I worked with the vice president of a big German newspaper, and she is still super excited when she goes into presentations, and this is like a perfect topic also for hypnotherapy. After that, okay, she even got an anchor that she can use to go on stage and feels a positive feeling, it connected. Still there should be adrenaline, still she should be focused,
Right.
and be a bit excited, but not that it goes into the red zone and she gets some blackout because her whole system is overwhelmed with, I can not fight, I cannot flight, I cannot freeze, what can I do? Okay, blackout.
Yeah.
So this is an old program everyone has. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if this, for example, goes too much into the red zone, hey, we can work on that. Give your subconscious learning, hey, your life is not in danger. Even if you fail here, even if you make mistakes, that's okay. Your life will be not in danger.
Yeah.
So you must always understand, and that's important for everything that our subconscious does, even if it's very strange. There is a positive intention behind that. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
and that is always important to understand. When there's anxiety, the subconscious wants to protect you. That's the problem in the
Yes.
first place. Yeah, and if you have the longing for a cigarette or something, yeah, it's learned you want relaxation. That's how it's connected. Even there's
Yes.
nothing in a cigarette that relaxes you, but you inhale deeply, and through that it's connected to relaxation. It's weird, but that's how it works. Yeah, and
Mm.
to reconnect it, to rewire the subconscious, their hypnosis is the fastest.
Yes, we need to change the programming of our subconscious mind, because I know that as the side effect of growing up, we learn some really negative stuff that drives our life. So it's very essential to take care of that part. Uh, Bernard, tell us about HypnoBox and about the app that I saw on your website. Just tell us a bit about that. How does it work?
Yeah. So I created HypnoBox exactly in that time where I was really stressed out, and I realized that everything I found about self-hypnosis, so going into hypnosis through YouTube or through an app, that was actually not really fitting for me. So whether the speaker was bad, the music was bad, the content was bad, and I said, hey, I need a tool where I can really customize my own self-hypnosis session.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that there is an induction that guides you into the hypnotic state. Yeah, and that takes maybe some minutes, that you really open and relaxed state, and in this theta state where the new suggestion can be absorbed. Yeah, and then I sat on my computer and I recorded my own modules for that, and
Hmm.
put them later together as I wanted. That was the idea for HypnoBox, actually, to
Yeah.
have an idea where you have a modular system and can create with this your own session if you want. And meanwhile, it has over 600 elements, 600 modules that you can put together
Oh,
as you like. Yeah, so it's completely customizable. You can record your own voice, you can import things, you can choose your own music background, you can even choose between a male and a female speaker. So that's quite
that's
fantastic
awesome.
too. Yeah,
How
yeah,
did we
yeah.
get that app, Bernard?
Yeah, it's you can find HypnoBox in the App Store and in the Play Store, or just go on hypnobox.com and you find the links there, and you can test it for free and everything.
Oh,
It's a fantastic tool. We always
yeah.
generate more content, put in new content, so we're
That's
It has a very, very big variety of content and topics in there.
That's fantastic. And I'm going to include that information in the show notes section, the link to the HypnoBox app, and the listeners can find there and, use that for free for some time before they are proficient and, confident about how they would like to use in their work lives.
Exactly. Exactly.
Bernhard, as a founder and male voice of HypnoBox, could you make some work-life balance affirmations or suggestions for our listeners just right now? Is it possible?
Of course. I'm the male German voice, so we have a native speaker in English. How much time do we have?
Let's do that. I am so willing to to learn myself, and I think that it's going to really help our listeners to understand this process well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I can invite you to close your eyes and
Okay.
go into your relaxation. If you're listening, just don't drive a car or do something important at the moment which needs your attention, any machines or something. So allow yourself to close your eyes, breathe in deeply. And out. Yeah. To allow yourself to get down to your relaxation with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every word I say. You can allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper, beautifully. That's right. While I count now for you from 5 to 1, with every number I say, you allow yourself to step deeper, like going down a stairway into your relaxation. 5. Deeper, relax. 4, 3, 2, and 1.